Alright, we've got this 72 volt solar DC pool pump running off solar panels. It's, hard to focus, but we got about 110 here in the Pacific Northwest, Oregon. I think it's pumping pretty good. We've got a storage box there, and on top of it is 4 solar panels. They are 310 watts each for a total of 1240 watts of solar panel. And I've got those solar panels configured 2 in series and 2 in parallel, and it puts out about 120 volts DC. So let's go ahead and see what we got coming in. Okay, coming in from the solar panels while the pump is running shows 93, 94 volts. So let's go ahead and shut the pump off. Okay, we shut the pump off and we're at 117 volts DC from the solar panels coming into the box. Let's go ahead and turn the pump back on, and let's see what kind of voltage we're getting going out to the pump. Takes a second and then it comes on. Let's get our meters in here. Now there's 3 wires. There's a black, a blue, and a brown, and they are marked W, V, and U, which I'm not quite sure what that means. Okay, across the black and blue, we've only got like 4 to 7 volts coming through there. Okay, and let's try the black and brown. We've got about 20 volts. Let's try the blue and brown. Another 20 volts. So where's my 72 volts at, I wonder? Interesting. But as for this pump, I'm pretty impressed. It's early June here in Oregon. Not too far from Portland, about an hour outside of Portland. And so, we don't get a whole lot of sun always, but this thing, it's been clear last couple days. This thing came on, well, I got up at 7, it was already going. So it probably came on as early as 6 a.m. and it kept going, and it shut off last night at 8 o'clock when the sun went behind the house over there and was no longer on the panels. It finally shut off, and that was about 8 o'clock at night. So that's a nice long run for a pool pump. Here's a quick look at the controller. I don't know if you can see with all this light, but there is these 3 lights here: system, pump, and MPPT. Over, low, tank full, tank well. That you can set up a switch, a tank switch on there. So this is probably a universal kind of a controller. And I guess I was kind of hoping that I could get a full 72 volts out of it. That way I could charge my 72 volt electric gem car off solar. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen from this controller anyway. And just so you know, I've got a cutoff switch here. The solar coming in off the roof of this truck box into that cutoff, and then down to the old used extension cord that I'm using to bring the power over to the controller. And this Victron controller, that thing is great, but it's not set up for that pool pump. I use it to charge other things, but it doesn't do a 72 volt battery, sadly. It'll do my 48 volt golf cart, and it'll do 12 volts. It'll do 24 volts. And it has Bluetooth. I really like that too, so you can always kind of keep an eye on things if you're within range. That's nice. Anyway, enough about that.